All right, good morning everyone. It's American Plumb Method. What we got here is some galvanized pipe. We don't use galvanized for water anymore, it's usually for gas. We've got multiple different kinds of lubricant for the threading. We're gonna thread both ends of this pipe and show you what that process is. So what I'm doing right now is I'm using a galvanized cutter to cleanly cut the galvanized pipe in a straight cut. You can use a sawzall, but you better cut it straight. This will cut it straight every time. So once you cut the pipe, you're gonna have a burr on the inside and a burr on the outside. You're gonna wanna clean that burr off on the inside. And then the outside. There you go. Okay, so now we've cut the pipe, we've reamed the pipe. Now we're gonna put some lube on the pipe and thread the pipe with a hand threader. So let's get that started. I like the rems because you can just spray it on as you go. You want to put a little bit of pressure on the threader till it catches the pipe. Once it catches, got to keep it lubed so you don't mess up the dies. Okay, so the way you know that you're done threading is you can see the pipe, how it comes out. Once it hits flush with this, you're good to go. You're gonna wanna back it up and unthread it. All right, so once you're done threading, you're going to make sure that you have a good thread by putting on a fitting. What else you can do while you're in this process is keep the pipe on the threader. Get your rigid pipe wrench and just tighten it up with the fitting on so the installer can have a prefab section of pipe with the fitting they need. And then bingo, there you go. Okay, so this is the electric threader. We showed you the hand threader, this is the electric. Same concept, just different equipment. Okay, thread is complete. Put it in reverse, unthread. What we just did is threaded the galvanized pipe, one with a manual threader and one with an electric threader. What you're gonna need to thread this, ideally, is the tripod. The tripod is going to make the threading 10 times easier than just using a pipe wrench. You can use a pipe wrench. I wouldn't recommend it with bigger size pipe. Different applications that you can use this in are repairs or new installs. But either way, the hand threader is perfectly fine. The electric threader is perfectly fine. Homeowners can use it if they have the proper equipment. If not, I would recommend calling the plumber and have them do it, being that they're trained in the trade to use the equipment. So what we're going to show you in this portion of the video is a little bit of mega press. It's a application of connecting fittings to pipe for the galvanized. It's similar to Pro Press, which we showed in one of our recent videos, but different heads, different pressure. Let's get started. I'll show you guys what it is. Okay, so again, we're doing mega press. It's similar to Pro Press. This is a 3/4, which is the pipe that we're doing on mega press, but this is a Pro Press fitting, and this is the mega press. If you look at the grooves, you can see the difference. This is Pro Press for water. This is mega press for galvanized. You cannot use either one for the opposite. Okay, so we're going to start to cut the pipe. Same process as threading as far as cutting and cleaning. Cleaning the inside of the pipe, getting the ribs off, or the burrs. Cleaning the outside of the pipe, getting that lip off. So once we're done cutting, deburring, you're going to want to take a little sand cloth and clean the pipe so you have a smooth surface to do your press on. So this right here is a mega press fitting. This is Viega. So all you do is slide it on the pipe. Mark to where you're fully inserted. Now you have your fully inserted location. Then you take your Pro Press gun with rigid and the mega press jaws. Remember, you can't use Pro Press jaws on mega press. You're going to want to get the lips around the bell. Once you know you're secure and in the proper location, make sure you're secure. Start pressing. And you're good to go. So if you notice those yellow clips that fell off, that's a great indicator of a proper press. Okay, so here's the fitting on the inside. Remember these clips I was telling you about that will fall off, indicating a proper press? That's also a fire retardant. So if there was a fire, this would melt, expand, and it would stop the fire from penetrating the pipe, which is important dealing with gas. Okay, so again, we're doing another gas application. We're doing nothing but gas today. So what I'm going to bring up right now is track pipe and how to cut it, how to use it, where to install it, and how to install it. So what you're going to need is track pipe. We use track pipe. There's multiple different brands out there, but track pipe has been our go-to. You're going to need your track cutters. This is the only thing that we use to cut this pipe. Anything else, you're going to have burrs and messed up cuts on the track pipe, and you're going to get a leak. We like to use the track snap adapters. They're simple for application, or simple for installing, and they work pretty good. We haven't had any leaks on them unless it's a faulty install. Track pipe we usually use under the house or in an attic. You can run your gas manifold from the meter in galvanized stub in the house and run your branches in track, either under the house or again in the attic. Once you protrude outside, you have to do hard pipe, so galvanized. You can't have this track pipe be exposed to elements. All right, so this is everything we're going to need for track application. This is a track pipe. If you look at that, that was not cut with track cutters. You see the flared edges? That's going to cause a leak. That's why we use the track cutters. If you want to see the difference, we'll show you a cleaner cut when I cut it. But you got your track pipe, you've got your snap track adapter. You're going to need a box cutter to cut the sleeve off the track. And then that's it. Let's show you how to do it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut this sleeve back, peel it off, and then cut the pipe, and then move forward. Again, you're using a box cutter. Be careful not to cut yourself. Okay, now we're going to pull out the rigid 151s. Take a look at the grooves. It fits where it needs to fit to make a clean cut on the track. You're going to want to cut 3 ribs so you have space for the track adapter. 1, 2, 3. Then you tighten it and just spin it. And that is a clean cut on track. So here's a snap adapter. This is one of many different track adapters. This one we like because it's one piece. It's easy to lose the small parts that are in the other track adapters. So this one, you're going to want to thread that into your pipe. Okay. Then you loosen it a little bit, not all the way. Then you take your track pipe, shove it in, it snaps. That's why they're called snap adapters. Then you tighten it. And you're good to go. Run your run and do the same application on the other end. All right, it's American Plumb Method. We got another team member right here, Adam, Mike, again, hello. We're gonna go over some more gas applications. Right now we're gonna be doing poly, sorry. Poly is an application for gas underground. Can't run it above ground, can't run it in an attic, in a crawl space, exposed to UV, Can't do any of that. This is specifically for underground, and they do have transition risers to bring up with UV rated pipe to transition to the galvanized, which we showed you mega press or threading for. And we'll go over everything that we need for it and how to use it. Poly pipe gas application. You've got your heating iron, you've got your cutters, you've got your coupling, you've got your pipe, you've got your reamer, your cold ring, your tracer wire, and here's your transition from poly to galvi. You can thread or mega press on the galvi. The only application that we do on the poly is this. So we'll show you how that works now. Okay, so I just went over everything that we need to install this. This is your tracer wire. Being that poly is a plastic line, once it's in the ground, you can't trace it and find out where it's at. This would come from one end where it comes up and then follow the pipe and come up on the other end, so that if you ever had to trace the line, you put an electric charge on this side and you can find that pipe within inches of where it's located in the ground. Okay, so we went over everything that we need to do the socket fusion for poly. We're going to start with cleaning the pipe and then doing a fuse. So the only way that you can clean this pipe is with rubbing alcohol. Anything else, it leaves a film. So you want to just put a little bit on your rag. If the pipe is dirty, if it's not dirty, don't do it. You know why? Clean it, dry it, good to go. Clean pipe. Next, you want to take your reamer and ream the outside of the pipe. This makes for a clean weld. Once you do that, keep the reamer on, take your cold press, butt it up to the reamer, and lock it into place. Then you can take your reamer off. That'll make a clean fitting. Next, Adam, can you hold that? Yep. Actually, hold that one. So on the heating iron, you've got the right size tip for 3/4. One's for pipe, one's for fitting. Now for 3/4 poly, it's an 8-second heat time and a 20-second cool time. Adam, you ready? Mm-hmm. 1, 2, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Release the cold ring. Take a look at the groove that it left. That's a clean fitting. If you look inside, smooth transition. No bulges, no bushing of the pipe. It's a clean transition with the proper heat and cool time. If you overheat, it's gonna look all funky. If you undercool, when you start moving it around, it'll move around and break the seal. Once this is heated and put together, you can't turn it. It's in. So if you're doing a couple 90s, you better hope you mark and have it in the right spot, because if not, you got to redo the whole part. Okay, moving on. We're gonna be doing another one. He's grabbing the reamer, reaming the excess off the pipe. Then he's gonna grab the cold ring with the reamer on the pipe, butt up the cold ring to the reamer, clamp it down, take the reamer off, set it aside, good to go. Now we're gonna go straight into the fuse. And it's again an 8-second heat and a 20-second cool time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Clean. Okay, so just want to go over the heating iron and the heating process of this. You just saw how we connected these two pieces of pipe with poly for gas. With the heating iron, it is an extremely hot tool. It gets up to 504 or 505 degrees to make the proper heating times for the different applications of different size pipe and different applications. You don't want to touch this. So that's what this is for. Whenever you're not using it, be sure to put the sleeve on. That way you can touch it, you can grab it, and you're not going to burn yourself. At 505 degrees, you don't want that to fall on your arm. A lot of times guys will put the pipe on and hit their forearm with it. You got to be safe with this. It is a tool. All right, we got a helper in here. His name's Phil. Hello, Phil.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good.
All right, we're going to go over some stuff, aren't we?
Yes.
Go for it.
So with the applications that Mike had showed you guys, pretty much these are accessible at any do-it-yourself centers, Lowe's, Home Depots, also contractor supply houses. Manufacturer differences, but you still got your choices from there. If you're going to do the socket fusion that we showed you or the track pipe, if you contact Carhill will give you the certified license for this type of application. It's about a 20-minute class, probably costs like 20 bucks, and then you'll get your cert card. Why is that important? If you ever been on an inspection and the inspector does want to call out, see if you have a certification card for the application that you just, for the proper application, excuse me, for the install, then you would have to pull out the card. Never really been called on one, but it's good to have. If you went to a do-it-yourself center like Home Depot, Lowe's, like I'd mentioned, you could buy their brand, and this is something that the homeowners can try to do. And if you want to get certified or watch a video on how to do, they do have something in the back of the book that you could fill this out. Once again, it is gas, and there's a lot of tools and equipment involved. So if you come across a situation where you need to call a plumbing professional, do not hesitate. Call American Plumb Method. We'll come out there and get the job done right. We're going to do the job the way a plumber should.
Agreed.